What's up with that? Welcome guys back to my video series where I discuss what's up with the things that your body is doing through your eating disorder and through your eating disorder recovery. If you guys are new here, my name is Chloe. I am a dynamic eating psychology coach, a therapeutic nutrition counselor, and I am an eating disorder recovery mentor and coach. I help people get from quasi-recovery to fully recovered. I help them move through exercise addiction and orthorexia and overall just underfueling. I help them get their period back. I help them integrate from, if they're coming from a treatment center back into real life. I help them with buying new clothes. I help them with releasing anxiety around food. Like, this is the work that I do as a mentor and a coach. So one of the things that I love to do with my clients is to help educate and explain to them why it is that their body is doing certain things, because it can seem like the body is really against you during this whole process of recovery or doing your eating disorder. And I want to share with you guys why your body is doing certain things so you can understand, oh, okay, my body's not against me. My body's doing this for a reason. The reason is because I'm starving myself. If I stop doing that, then I will stop having X, Y, and Z symptom, whatever we're talking about. So today is a good one because today we are talking about constipation, which is something that I think a lot of us who suffer with undereating or eating disorders go through. And there is a reason why. And today I'm going to share with you why. And I'm going to share with you the solution to your constipation. And in case you don't know me yet, because those of you who do, you know what I'm going to say here. But for those of you who don't know me yet, I can just give you a little sort of insight into what this solution is going to be. And let me just tell you, it's not another juice cleanse, guys. So without further ado, let's dive into this topic. Before we get started, guys, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so that you get notified when I come out with a new video. Also, please join the comment section. I answer every single one of your guys' comments, so it's a great place to ask me any questions. Alright, so do you think you can do that in the next 3 seconds? There you go. Thanks, guys. I hope you subscribed. Now let's move on to the content for today. So, constipation. It is like the worst possible thing that you can struggle with an eating disorder because it makes you feel bloated, it makes you feel gassy, it makes you feel heavy after meals, and it makes you just feel overall just really sluggish in that whole system right there, which doesn't really incentivize you to eat more. But here's the thing. The reason why you have digestive problems in the first place, the reason why you have this chronic constipation is because you are not eating enough. Rewind that. Let's go back and say that again. The reason why you have constipation is because you are not eating enough. I know it sounds so crazy, but let's dive into this. So first off, when we are restricting our calories, over-exercising, whatever we're doing to get ourselves into an energy debt, okay, the body slows down. It goes into battery saving mode, like you can put on your phone, right? And when you put your phone in this like battery saving mode, what happens? You don't get notifications, your texts don't ring, internet slower, like a lot of things are happening because your phone is trying to conserve energy for the important stuff. So this is what's happening with your body. Your body goes in this battery saving mode and goes, oh my gosh, guys, we need a certain amount of energy to thrive every single day. And now we're only getting half of that energy. So we don't have time, we don't have the resources, we don't have enough energy to do that. So to help us understand this, let's just like use some numbers here. These aren't calories or anything, so there's no trigger warning. I'm just throwing out like random numbers to just help us see this clearly. So say your body needs to survive on 30 energy units every single day. That's all your body needs to have good digestive system, to have strong shiny hair, to beat your lungs, to send neurons back and forth, to create new cells, to break down bone, to build back new bone, to be purifying your blood, to be pumping your heart, to be doing all these things, right? Like your body needs 30 units of energy. Now say then you come in one day and you only have 15 to give to the bank, to your body's bank. And your body goes, oh, there's a shortage here. We have 15 units less than what we're used to, and we still have all these things to take care of. So what your body smartly does is it allocates resources to the things that matter most. What do you think matters most here? Is it having a period? Nope, that's not a necessity. Is it growing hair? Nope, not a necessity, which is why you see a lot of hair loss. There's a video to come on that. Is it growing nails? No, which is why a lot of you may be experiencing brittle nails. Is it growing muscle? No, we don't have the energy for that. We don't have the resources for that. So we're not going to be growing muscle. So what are the important things that your body's doing? Well, it needs to beat your heart because you can't live without a heartbeat. It needs to expand your lungs and oxygenate our blood. It needs to, let's see, what else does our body need to do? It needs to have some like nervous system things going on. So like if you touch something hot, your body still needs to react to that. So it's going to keep some of those senses going. So there are some things that your body's going to allocate resources to. And as it does so, it is taking away from other things in your body. And one of those things is the digestive system. Your body's not going to be spending the time and energy to create enough hydrochloric acid. It's not going to be spending energy on having that peristaltic movement. It just overall slows down your whole digestive system, which means that you then are really bloated and you're gassy and you're constipated because your body's digestive system is not working at optimal speed. There's another thing here with this. Your digestive system is a muscle. What happens to muscles when we don't use them? They atrophy. So your muscles, your digestive system muscles, begin to weaken, meaning that peristaltic wave that goes through the intestines that is helping, all through the small intestine. You have this like wave going on, right, to help push the food down through the intestines. That slows down, and that is not as powerful because you literally do not have the muscle strength to push food. So again, this is going to cause a lot of backage. It's going to cause a lot of stagnation in the digestive system, which is very uncomfortable. So another thing that's happening here is that when you do eat food, the little that you are eating, your body starts this thing called delayed gastric emptying. Pretty much your body is, it's like, I have this one piece of broccoli to just try and get all the energy I need out of, right? So you were like, I need these 30 units of energy to function properly, and your body's like, you gave me this one thing, we're gonna really try and extract everything from this thing. So it really slows down the digestive process. It slows down the emptying of the stomach into the intestines because your body is trying to get as much as it can out of the little amount that you were eating. So that causes a lot of the bloating, a lot of the uncomfortability. So as you can see, because your body is in this stress state, because your body does not have enough energy, aka food, your body's digestive system is not going to be functioning properly. So here's the thing that gets me, because what I see most people do, what I did myself, is that they go, oh my gosh, I have digestive issues. I have chronic constipation. I need to go on a juice cleanse. I need to go on an elimination diet. I need to get colonics. I need to do enemas. I need to take laxatives. Oh, and that's another thing too, and I didn't even mention that before. Laxative abuse is another way to completely destroy your digestive system. Okay, if you want a way to make yourself chronically constipated for the rest of your life, start taking laxatives because you become dependent on the laxatives for getting everything out of your body, meaning those muscles that usually are working to get everything out of your body, they become so weak and they atrophy, and now you are reliant on laxatives. It's not fun. It is very dangerous. It messes up with your electrolyte balance. It changes size and shape of your colon, which can be dangerous. Like, there are a lot of things that are happening with laxatives and why you don't want to take laxatives. Maybe I'll do another video with that. But anyways, back to this whole thing. So people think that like these are the solutions that they need to do. Or they also like they'll eat food and they'll be like, see, I knew it. I'm allergic to gluten. I am allergic to gluten. Dairy, can't have dairy. I just get so constipated and bloated after every single time having dairy. And I'm like, okay, I get it, and I'm not saying that those things don't exist. I completely understand. This is someone who restricted herself for 11 years and had the worst digestion in the world. I completely understand that you feel in pain when you eat food. Completely understand. I do not think this is in your head. It is not in your head. I just told you why. Like, these things are not in your head. Your body is slowing down the digestive system. And this isn't a rare thing, guys. In this article, it was showing that up to 98% of clients with eating disorders have a functional gut disorder. Functional gut disorder are things like irritable bowel syndrome, gastric reflux, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea. It also says that people who suffer from these functional gut disorders and eating disorders share the same underlying mental health challenges, namely anxiety and depressive disorders. That's because a lot of our neurotransmitters that, is in charge of creating our serotonin, our dopamine, and all of that is created in the gut. So it makes sense that if you have gut issues, you're going to be having some mental issues as well. Here's the thing, though. Eliminating gluten, going on that juice fast, doing a bunch of enemas, doing, X, Y, and Z, those things are not the solution, and they are just making things worse. Yes, some people have allergies to food. Go talk to a gastroenterologist, go talk to a doctor about that. But here's the thing, find a doctor who knows about eating disorders and the effects of energy debt on the digestive system. Because a lot of people, they're going to go to the naturopaths, they're going to go to these doctors, and they are not aware of their past history with an eating disorder. Or the doctors themselves. You guys, they don't know everything. My brother's a doctor. Trust me, he doesn't know everything. Love him to death. Great doctor. He doesn't know everything. And he sure as heck does not know a lot about eating disorders, okay? So if I went to someone like my brother and said, hey, I'm feeling constipated, bloated, heartburn, GERD, like all these things, he's probably going to like prescribe me or tell me something that would actually be really harmful to my body that's in energy debt. So I can't just go to the doctors and not tell them about what's going on with my eating disorder, because that changes the prescription. Because while someone might have bloating and constipation because they are actually allergic to dairy, you have bloating and constipation because your digestive system has completely shut down because you're not eating enough. So for you to then go, okay, I'm going to take this prescription from this doctor of like, I need to cut out all my dairy, is very dangerous because you're cutting out freaking more food and you're lowering your calories even more. Like, that is not the solution. So find a doctor. I'm all for working with doctors. I'm not trying to bash on doctors right now. I'm just saying you need to work with someone who understands where you're at with your body. What else was I going to say about this? Yeah, a lot of these like holistic and naturopathic doctors, they mean well. I'm not trying to bash them, but they're gonna be the people that are like, let's go on a 40-day juice cleanse and let's do water fasting and let's do all this type of stuff. And that is, again, it is not the solution, and that is going to push you further and further into energy debt, which is going to make all of these things worse and worse. I've said this a million times now. I'm a broken record. Need to move on. But anyways, all that to say, there are certain people who do actually have allergies to gluten, like if you're celiac, so go get tested. Get the test for this. Also understand that, like, I have had a lot of clients who have allergies to certain things, right? But once they get out of energy debt and they heal their digestive system, they're not allergic to that anymore. So you've got to keep in mind that your body's just like super imbalanced, again, most likely solely due to the energy debt, okay? You can be, like I'm allergic to shellfish. I don't eat shellfish because I'm allergic to it, okay? Being out of energy debt didn't fix my allergy to shellfish. I'm still allergic to them. I get really, really puffy eyes and I like can't see for days. But anyways, that was an allergy that I had before, and so that didn't really change. You might have a food or two that is like that. Again, there's testing, like go and figure that out. But I'm just talking overall digestive issues here. It's going to be due to the energy debt. Pulling in the support of some professionals here, Kate Scarlata is a registered dietitian, and in an article she wrote, quote, "The role of the gut microbiota impacted by diet also may play a role in eating disorders and GI symptoms. In clinical observation, chronic food restriction leads to intolerance of foods that were previously tolerated. This may be due to the alteration in digestive enzyme production or changes in gut flora, which can impact digestion." So right here, guys, she is saying that clinical observation has shown us that food restriction leads to intolerance of foods that were previously tolerated, because your body just can't tolerate anything right now in the energy debt. This is absolutely crazy. Think about how many people who have been, yo-yo dieters or have struggled with an eating disorder and they have digestive issues, and they then think that they are intolerant and allergic to any and everything, right? The list is long of the things that they claim that they're intolerant to. But here, this is showing that it's not necessarily, they are being intolerant, but the intolerance is driven by this food restriction. So what is the solution here? Well, the solution is to get back into energy balance. The solution is to start eating food again so that your digestive system can turn back on, so that you can go to your body each day and be like, here's 30 units of energy. And your body's like, oh my gosh, we have all 30 units of energy that we need. Okay, we're open for business again. Let's get the hormones running. Let's get the digestive system working. Let's start having shiny nails and shiny hair. Let's grow the hair. This is where we want to be, where we get our body back in energy balance. Now, we may and we most likely will have to go through energy surplus to repay back those debts, right? So if for years and years you're coming at your body with, only that 15 units of energy and your body needs 30, well, now you're in debt, right? So you got to pay that back. So there will be a time of surplus to try and get everything working again. And I think that's actually something that's really important, because I see a lot of my clients come to me and they, they're in typical quasi recovery. So they've gotten to this place where it's like they're eating normal portions. And I'm like, that's great. I'm so glad that you had 2 pieces of toast and 2 eggs and some fruit for breakfast. But knowing your history, knowing that you've been in energy debt for 5 years, that's not enough. That's not enough at all. We got to get snacks in there. We got to be, adding some bacon. You got to make sure you add lots of butter, add some cheese. Like, we got to be making sure that we are paying back this debt to fix the actual problems, because they get in this quasi place and they're like, I'm eating more, I'm doing all this stuff, and my digestive system still sucks. I'm like, yes, because you're still under eating, because you're still in energy debt, because you haven't paid back the debt. So, I'll give you my example here. Literally beyond awful constipation and bloating for the whole time I was in energy debt. I was in quasi recovery for many years where I was eating, people would think I was normal. People would think I was totally normal. I was eating, breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. Like, I was eating food. I was vegan at the time, which definitely, messed up a lot of things. But I was eating food. And my digestive system still really sucked. And it wasn't until I went all in and I really started eating food every day. I'm talking about like full on BLT sandwiches for a snack type of thing, like eating food. That's when my digestive system started working properly. And now I don't deal with constipation. I don't deal with bloating. I don't deal with any feeling of like heaviness and stuff after my meals. That's just not a thing I deal with anymore, because my digestive system is working again. So this is also one more thing I reminded myself that I wanted to talk about. Another reason why a lot of you guys are experiencing digestive pain is because you were consuming far too many fruits and vegetables. Fruits and veggies are great. I love fruits and veggies. I'm the first one to admit that. I'm the first one to also admit that I was a vegetable abuser and I overconsumed vegetables and I overconsumed fiber and it completely wrecked my digestive system. Balance, guys. It's all about balance. Yes, vegetables are good. Too much is not. Just like exercise is good, too much exercise is not. So if you are someone who is trying to consume in recovery, full of salad like kale and frisee and romaine and broccoli and like all that type of stuff, you are going to experience a lot of digestive distress by the mere just amount of fiber that you are eating. So this is another sort of suggestion on how to start healing your body is to start consuming less fruits and vegetables. I know this sounds so counterintuitive, but you guys, it's not doing you well. We gotta be eating our meats, our fish, our eggs, our dairy. Like, we have to be consuming other foods than besides just green beans and asparagus. In order to have a healthy body, a healthy digestive system, we need a wide variety of foods. Wide variety. And not just a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about a wide variety of nuts, seeds, legumes, meats, dairy products, like a wide variety of food. So this video now is like way longer than I was wanting it to be. But if you guys are struggling with this, if you are wanting to finally get your digestive system back on track, if you want to finally get out of this chronic state of constipation, then I highly recommend emailing me, contact.flowwithchloe@gmail.com. Let's set up a time for us to talk, to discuss if coaching is right for you. If coaching can be the thing that takes you from quasi-recovery to full recovered, where you are receiving all the benefits of the good digestion, of the hair growth, of the sleep, of the mental freedom, of the energy. Like, this is where all the good stuff happens in this full recovery. I want to help you get there because I know how crappy and shitty quasi-recovery is, even though they make it sound like, oh my gosh, it's quasi-recovery, that's so great. No, it's not. Don't stop there. Don't settle. Go to recovery. Go to recovery, because that is where the magic is at. And I'm getting really passionate here, and I don't want to sound like angry, but I wish someone just sort of like shook me. Like, I wish they really shook me and told me, like, you are experiencing all of these things because you were just refusing to feed your body right. You don't need to go on another cleanse. You don't need to start restricting more food. You don't need to start being more, cautious about what you're putting in your body to fix your digestive system. You need to freaking sit down, eat a hamburger and fries, and get the milkshake. That is going to be your key to success, I promise you. Alright guys, I'm coming out with a whole series of what's up with that. Today was constipation. The other day I did one on water weight and puffiness in recovery. If you have any suggestions or topics that you want me to discuss in this series, please leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below if you are someone who has struggled with constipation and digestive issues doing your eating disorder and doing recovery. I think it's great for all of us to sort of hear from each other. So much love to you guys, and have a beautiful, wonderful day.